Hi, this is Cameron back again with another video. This time I'm doing a top 20 vinyl pickups from 2016. So these are basically albums I picked up during the year of 2016 that I particularly played a lot and enjoyed. Interestingly enough, 17 out of the 20 are albums that I've picked out for $1 or $2 each from the bargain bins or from thrift shops, and only 3 are from the so-called collector's records. Now, part of that's because during this past year, I kept myself on a tight budget for new purchases and mostly perused the bargain bins. Only towards the end of the year did I buy collector's records at sort of opportunistically at different record sales and record fairs. And in those cases, maybe I haven't given them as much of a chance. So you have to listen to choose very many of them among my top 20. As you know, usually your favorites are the ones that you've grown to love and listen to repeatedly. So to get started, I got out of the dollar bin the Beach Boys Surfin' Safari. Next up, I got, again out of a dollar bin at the local thrift shop, Beatles Help. This was a real find. It's from 1965. Next up, this was a collector's record that I picked up. Damnation of Adam Blessing. Which is the Justice, Which is the Thief? For the early 70s. Some good hard rock from Cleveland. This is a greatest hits album, but I really loved the song Vacation. Played it repeatedly. Way for me to celebrate my own vacation time. The very best of Connie Francis. Connie's 15th biggest hits. So of course before I had this album I knew the name Connie Francis, but I wasn't familiar with her rock music. Rock and roll music. Okay, next up, some great vocal jazz from Lena Horne. This is self-titled. It's orchestra conducted by Phil Moore. Interestingly enough, my father always said that that was one of his favorite artists. Also for $1, I got a reissue on a European label of H.P. Lovecraft 2. So it's called This is H.P. Lovecraft Volume 2. Spin, Spin, Spin is the series. Some good Psych from the late 60s. I believe from Chicago. This is from my most recent collector's record buying venture. Incredible String Band, Changing Horses. Beautiful copy. As I said before, I can only barely open up the center part of the gatefold because it's not been cracked. Now this oddball album from Canada, sort of Frank Zappa-ish, with a mixture of psych and spoken word and free jazz and all sorts of other things. L'Infonie. Andre Perry presents L'Infonie, Direction Walter Boudreau. It's from the late 60s. Again from a bargain bin over at the thrift shop. I recommend that album for any fans of Frank Zappa. Now, hands down, the very best purchase of the year. For $1, I got Fela Kuti, Thief Thief. International Thief Thief. On a Nigerian label. I should show the label for those of people who are interested in it. Kelakuta Records. Then some other great vocal jazz. Peggy Lee, Is That All There Is? I got like 4 albums by Peggy Lee this past year. I just fell in love with her music. I could have chosen any one of the albums, except for probably the one with Betty Goodman. I found that a little bit too sedate. Didn't give her an opportunity to really let her vocals go and expand. Music Machine, Talk Talk. That was a collector's record. Another jazz vocalist, Anita O'Day. What is this thing called Love? It's the first cut. So again, you know, if I had only stuck to the collector's records bins, I would have never discovered all these great jazz vocalists. So the dollar bins really helped me out there. Patti Page in the Land of Hi-Fi with Pete Grigolo and his orchestra. Reissue of the first album of Sean Phillips. Here it's entitled First Impressions. I believe it was originally just called Sean, from I believe 1965 originally. This came out in the early 70s, I believe. So here he's already showing signs of his operatic voice. He's also playing sitar. Some blues from the United States, from Minnesota, Dave Ray, Blues and Hollers, Snakers Here. Again, dollar bin. Another jazz vocalist. Knew her from her TV show, but didn't know her vocal skills until now. Dinah Shore, Lower Basin Street Revisited, with orchestra conducted by Jack Elliott. I was so impressed that I subsequently went online and listened to some of her old radio shows in which she does duets with her guests. Now again, I was inspired by my older son, who was really into Frank Sinatra. I knew some of the songs already, so I picked up this album and really thoroughly enjoyed it, called September of My Years, arranged and conducted by Gordon Jenkins. This was from, I think, January, so it predates my videos, because I started making videos in March. Bit of a water-damaged copy, but really plays fine. Big Joe Turner's Careless Love, so this is probably early 60s. Some great jump blues. Early rock and roll. Some other jazz vocals. Female torch singer. Donna Washington, September in the Rain. Whenever I see her albums, I pick them up if they're in decent condition. And then finally, and remember these are not in any order, on the original on Tower Records is the original motion picture soundtrack for Wild in the Streets, and it includes the hype sticker on it. So this is God Max Frost, says 14 or fight. On Tower Records, I got also a reissue on Capitol, which is probably pretty contemporary with this issue. So that's it for this top 20 of my vinyl pickups in 2016. Please let me know what you think by leaving comments at the bottom, and please subscribe. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.